So guys, getting straight back into the video. Today's video, we're going to talk about what if the Z Fighters knew the Kaioken. And when I'm talking about this theory, I'm not saying Roshi and Chiaotzu and all that because that's side characters. I'm talking about what if Yamcha, Krillin, Tien, and Piccolo all get the Kaioken. Because Roshi is transformation. As for Chiaotzu, I don't really think Chiaotzu would have the Kaioken, as I don't really see it in his character. Let's begin. So, the characters will be much stronger. And I think Piccolo would have the biggest impact. So let's begin with Yamcha's strength. Yamcha's strength would be incredible to the point where I actually think Yamcha would be very, very intensely powerful. As for Tien would use this ability so much that he'd be used to it. And I actually think Krillin would be even stronger than he was in canon. And Piccolo, he would be able to handle it way more than the humans had because he's an alien race. So let me talk about it. When could they learn the Kaioken? Well, they would have to learn it in the Namek Saga. And why doesn't Chiaotzu learn it? Well, Chiaotzu knows the technique, but I doubt Chiaotzu would use the technique as he would mostly want Tien to use it, as he would try to focus on Tien. The humans would eventually teach Krillin, how to use the Kaioken. From here, we move on to the next saga. We move on to the androids. So we'll move on to the android situation with future Trunks arriving to kill Frieza. He would still give the warning, and that plays out the same as canon. Now, during the 3 years, not only would the Z Fighters be incredibly strong, but I actually think they'd be more stronger than their canon counterparts. And because they have a transformation, they would have an even better chance at probably keeping up with Goku, as they are trying to keep up. But like I said, the Earthlings it is hard for them, and Piccolo. Eventually, they train over the 3 years. I'm going to set some things into motion. Although Piccolo trains as Gohan, I think in this what if, Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, and Piccolo decided to train with each other, trying to master the Kaioken. And it's important they do this, as they'll need to use the technique at some point anyway. As we know, Goku used the technique, and I'd imagine these would be masters of the Kaioken. And I actually think they'd be pushing it quite far. Maybe Piccolo pushing this a little bit higher, but they still would be able to. So, it's 3 years later. Trunks is born, that plays the same as canon. But when we get to the city, there's a big change, and I'm going to tell you that in a minute. I'm going to tell you what it is. As there's going to be a massive change when Yamcha gets into the city. So when Yamcha runs into Android 19 and 20, in canon, Yamcha got his energy absorbed. I still think this would happen, but I don't think it happened as bad because Yamcha would know that Kaioken, and as 19 is about to absorb his energy, Yamcha would use the Kaioken to get out of there as fast as he could. Speed in using the Kaioken, Yamcha loses some energy, but not as bad as he is in canon, to the point where they have to hit him with Senzu Beam. Everything plays out roughly the same until we get to the scenario with, or we move on with the scenario Goku getting the heart virus. When Goku gets the heart virus, Yamcha will still go back like he does in canon. Gohan still goes back the same way he does, and then we gotta go forth from there. From there, Tien, Piccolo, Vegeta, and Krillin all fight 17 and 18. That plays out roughly the same like it does in canon. Eventually, they meet Cell, and this is where Piccolo taps into the Kaioken against Cell. This does nothing against Cell, as Cell knocks out Piccolo. He does put up a great fight, and Cell struggles, but he ultimately wins. Tien comes out saying, screw this, tapping in a Neo Tri-Beam on top of the Kaioken, obliterating Cell. Yes, obliterating Cell. And he explodes. He kills Cell. And I actually think Tien would die. But don't worry here. We have the Dragon Balls and Piccolo, so we can revive Tien. And because of this, when Goku wakes up, I think Vegeta would still be in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber and still achieve Super Saiyan. That played out the same. Gohan achieved Super Saiyan as well. Now, one thing that changes is the androids. Because Tien had killed the androids. But Krillin would confess he loved 18. So I still think they would have revived the androids because Goku said they weren't really a threat. But I don't know whether they would or not. It's really hard to say. I don't think they would because remember, Krillin, he did fall in love with 18, but like 17 was absorbed, and 17 dies only. 18 survives because Tien went against a semi-perfect Cell, which involves 17's death. So 18's alive, they get married like Doug Cannon, except this time, Goku doesn't die. And this will change everything when we get into the 7-year time skip. The humans and Piccolo train a lot. To the point where the 24th tournament comes around. In the 24th martial arts tournament, the characters are much stronger. Krillin, Piccolo, Tien, Yamcha. They are much stronger this time around. As they all enter the 24th martial arts tournament. Mr. Satan still enters 18. That plays out the same. Everything plays out roughly the same until the events with Gohan. And when Gohan gets his energy absorbed, 18 stays behind. However, Piccolo, Tien, and Yamcha go with them. And I think from here, everything plays out the same, with Piccolo turning into stone and Krillin. Because Deborah did aim at Krillin. So when we get to the scenario with the fights with Deborah, Vegeta wouldn't have turned into Martian Vegeta as he would have fought Goku over in the 7-year time skip. So he's still transmoral. Oh yeah, something that I also have to note here is Goku can't go Super Saiyan 3, as the reason guys went Super Saiyan 3 is because he was able to push his body through in the afterlife. That doesn't happen in this What If. Yamcha, Tien, and Piccolo fight Bora, Yakon, and Pui Pui. And I'm taking like Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta's fights like canon in this What If, so they shouldn't have a problem. As for Goku and Vegeta, they would just destroy the Martian Boo Egg. So this means Mr. Satan wouldn't be as famous as he was in canon, but he still is pretty famous. Now we move on to the Beerus arc. In the Beerus saga, it's an interesting one. in the Beerus saga without Majin Buu there, this means Beerus doesn't get angry. The Golden Frieza arc plays out roughly the same, except this time Yamcha's actually present in the fight. So this is going to be massive changes. Now in canon, Goku and Vegeta had to appear. The humans and Piccolo would last way longer than they did in canon because they know the Kaioken. I think this What If Rush should be slightly big as well. Eventually, the Universe 6 tournament comes around. And I think in this What If, Gohan going to work, there'll be no Munaka. Because Goku would be encouraged to try and be the strongest. And like I said, with Buu dead, Munaka would still be there. And I think instead of Buu, it would be Tien. So I think Tien would be in the tournament instead of Majin Buu. The thing plays out roughly the same. Instead of Goku in the first match, Goku's in the first match. Piccolo was in the second. So, and I still think Piccolo has to give up his spot. As when it's Piccolo's turn, I believe Tien is the third to jump in. He fights Magetta, but I think Vegeta would defeat Carpet and lose to Hit. Tien gets in the ring and tries to go against Hit, and is not able to land anything on him. However, Hit does explain that Tien has lots of potential and wants to fight him again. And Goku, that plays out the same canon, with Tien being more of an influence, helping them out a lot. As in the Goku Black arc, this plays out roughly the same as it does in canon. And then, finally, the Tournament of Power. Everyone's on the team. But Yamcha, my boy, is on the team this time. My boy Yamcha. And the reason Frieza won't be on the team is because in canon, the characters only mentioned Frieza when they were short down a member. This would not happen as they would have Yamcha as Piccolo, Tien, and Goku would recommend Yamcha. So I think everything plays roughly the same, with the 5 humans staying together. Well, yeah. Wait, Piccolo. Oh, sorry, the 4 humans and Piccolo stay together. The androids wander off, Vegeta and Goku. So the team in the Tournament of Power are Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo, Master Roshi, Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, 17 and 18. So we have to look at Krillin's elimination. I'm sorry, I love Yamcha, but Yamcha is gonna have to go first. I'm sorry, buddy, but Yamcha, he would get some good wins. I feel like Yamcha would have a couple wins and would be the first eliminated. Yamcha would get 2 full of himself and he'd be eliminated. Yamcha's out. We gotta go 4th. So the reason Yamcha is eliminated instead of Krillin is I think this is probably what would happen. As I love Yamcha as a character, but I feel like that would probably happen. I feel like that Toriyama would probably write it that way. No offense to the director. I'm just saying that I feel like that would be the case. The second elimination is the Assassination elimination. In the Assassination elimination, this plays out slightly different, as instead of Tien using his multi-form, Tien taps into the Kaioken. And Tien gets into a sparring match with this person, the assassin, and eventually gets him knocked out. But this means Tien uses a Neo Tri-Beam instead of a Tri-Beam and knocks out the opponent. So this means Tien's elimination cannon doesn't happen here, as this is important. Roshi and Tien fight Frost and Vegeta, where Vegeta arrive. However, in order to take out Frost, Tien and Roshi have to sacrifice themselves to take him out. The fourth elimination... Let me think about it now. It was... Okay, so after the three humans, Piccolo 18. It was Piccolo. No, it was Piccolo 18, Gohan, Vegeta, Frieza. Yeah, it was my boy Piccolo getting caught off guard by Gamulus. Well, by Daemon, sorry, by Daemon. So I think in this what if, Krillin will get caught in the moment, and I think he'd get caught off guard instead of Piccolo. Sorry, I love Krillin, but I feel like this would be the case. And I feel like Piccolo wouldn't be eliminated, as he'd be a lot more aware in the situation. That plays out the same canon. Uverse 6 and that gets eliminated the same way. Uverse 18 still sacrifices herself. That plays out the same. Up until the Death Spell fight. Now, this is interesting. There's no Frieza. So I gotta look who we have left. Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Gohan, and 17. Gohan and Piccolo fight, but in the process, Piccolo has to sacrifice himself instead of Gohan. And this is important here, as I believe Piccolo wouldn't let Gohan sacrifice himself, as Gohan has more potential than him, as he'd want Gohan to stay in the ring. Eventually, 17 self-destructs, apparently, like he does in canon, and Vegeta sacrifices himself to save Goku, like he does in canon. Gohan and 17 fight off Jiren, where Goku arrives, and instead of Frieza and Goku, the ending is a father and son ending Goku, and Gohan, and they get revived, the multiverse. So at the end of the day, the characters are much stronger. And I feel like with the Kaioken, the humans would get quite a lot of wins. Such as Tien would use the Kaioken to take out Frost. So, yeah. That's the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys all later. Peace and farewell.